Hi everyone, welcome back into Energy Upgrade Feng Shui Tips. I'm so happy that you chose to stop by my channel. And if you're looking for a channel that might help you understand better your own energy and that of your environment and the world at large, you're in the exact right place. What we do here at this channel is we calibrate each of the viewers' energy to their own 100 personal best level so they can move forward into making their decisions with a grace and an ease, with a better understanding of energy or life force or chi. And I'm Lisa Albin. I'm a certified Feng Shui professional. I own Cloud9 Feng Shui Consultancy, and I am the co-founder of the Intrinsic School of Feng Shui, where we're gearing up for our April live session, where we will be training others, a whole class of people to join us in the profession of Feng Shui, and I am so excited. So our open house is March 10th. It starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're interested in learning more and becoming a professional yourself, or maybe even just learning the foundations, reach out via the links provided in my description. So if this all sounds like your vibe and something that might be interesting to you, make sure you hit like and subscribe and turn on that notification button so that you can receive energy upgrades from me every week. They're different and every week they're on point. Thank you so much for your comments and telling me so and sharing your own experiences with me. Let's get that comment section going with some more interaction. So when I say something that rings true to you, drop me a note in the comment section. If you're like, that's on point, that's happening to me right now, I want to hear exactly what that may be, and that's going to help me shape this channel to be exactly what you need it to be. So it's brand new. We're getting rocking and rolling here, attracting the right people, and the world needs more people like you watching here at home with your intention to better understand chi, life force energy, and so how you've come to this understanding that maybe through COVID, and I hear a lot of this is through COVID. I've been in the Feng Shui profession for a while now, and I've been a practitioner for many years and in studying energy. And I think maybe this whole COVID experience has really awakened up a lot of the senses, the senses that may have been distracted by the routines of life, right? So everyone was on this treadmill of getting up and going to the office and making the donuts, or, just like Groundhog Day and not really awake. Well, what happened when COVID came and we all got shut in? And, some of us really woke up to energy and, the space, the environment in which we are living can either help us or hurt us on our journey. So as a Feng Shui professional, I got a lot more notifications and requests to help people get their home offices together because they want to be more successful and come through the other side of the pandemic thriving even better than before. A lot of people were more sensitive to their lack of sleep or their sleep quality in general, and they needed help addressing their bedrooms. So Feng Shui became a very Googled term, and it's been very, very exciting. I recently learned to evolve my own practice to specialize more in this energy upgrade, is what I decided to call it, energy upgrade. And I think it's really going to be more widely known soon, especially now that people are more aware of their energy and how they're impacting their spaces and vice versa, and how our own energies are interacting. And we're a lot more sensitive to people near or far on this side of the screen and the other. We're all connected. And so I think there's going to be a real surgence of people joining in the profession of Feng Shui or any other energy field to help people really feel less stressed and better equipped more confident, more authentic to their selves. You'll hear a lot of people referencing more their soul or their spirit, living truer to their own authenticity. And that's what this channel is all about. Now I'm going to get ready to deep dive into this section where we're discovering the energy of this last week of February and transitioning into March. And I am not only a Feng Shui professional, but I'm also a mom, so you might hear some children in the background. My energy profession children. And may you have some of their energy. But through your intention, the power of intention, we are going to make this a very, very powerful session. And that was my 2-year-old son. You can see his appearance on a few of these sessions. So through the power of intention, that is really what empowers Feng Shui cures. It's what empowers any affirmation towards a goal, is your intention. And I like to work with multiple participants in intention, right? Like the power of prayer. The more people working towards something, the more powerful it is. And I really think I've been attracting a wonderful group of people looking to contribute and help make this place not only a more beautiful place, but a happier, more positive, more harmonious place. So thank you for joining me. And if all of this resonates with you, make sure that you share this channel with a friend. And learn more about my energy upgrade services in the links provided in my description. If you wish to deep dive in a personal level and ask me some questions, like, Lisa, this really does resonate with me, let's deep dive into it. I offer those sessions that are really fantastic, all about you, and answer all of your questions. And you also get a really cool keepsake video. If you want to be a part of my Feng Shui, my Momentum Collective, and you want to work with this hive energy and share some more behind the scenes info and work with Feng Shui themed and energy upgrade Facebook group, then check that out too. That might be your route. It's a subscription basis, and I do these sessions twice a month for those in the group. And they are a little bit more tailored and a little bit more behind the scenes than what I give you here. So without further ado, I'm going to make sure that I optimize our connection through the screens using my energy software. So I'm going to, and I like to use sound effects, so if that if that annoys you, I apologize. So energy upgrade YouTube channel viewers. Now you could be watching this recorded, of course. Whether you were here with me live or recorded, it's through the power of intention. It's all the same. And the software works through the power of intention as well. And it uses intuitive discernment. We're working within the positive channels of EMF. We're all familiar with the negative. Whoops, buddy, did you bump your head? That was my son bumping his head on my desk. Sorry, buddy, do you need to get ice? So we're all talking about headaches, right? We're all aware that some people are sensitive to the negative attributes of EMF, and they might get headaches or blurry vision or disturbed sleep, so on and so forth. Well, in Feng Shui, we talk a lot about the yin and the yang, the good and the bad, right? With every there's a good. So within the positive channels of EMF, we are connecting through this software that's been developed by a powerful team, an international team of energy healers, Reiki masters, and I've been invited to join them in using this on a bigger level because guess what? The world needs it. We know it. Sorry, buddy. Let's say hi to everybody. Hi, Energy Upgrade YouTube. Okay. So we went ahead and we optimized our connection here. So that we can really get some work done. Okay. And I always like to light a candle when we're starting to with intention, start each session, whether impersonal or not. My son wants to blow it out. So blow it out. All right. So thank you very much, Benjamin. And want to go take this too, Cece? All right, thank you. Now, we are going to run this in the background, and we're going to let this software do its thing. Of all of the powerful intentions of energy workers are going to read our aura fields and see where there might be holes, where there might be flags, and get a read on things that need to be balanced and harmonized. And it's a really beautiful, powerful tool. I just let it do its thing. I'm not a doctor, but I am able to talk about reducing stress. And as a Feng Shui professional, it is so important to reduce stress, because what's at the root of everything, illness or be careful there, buddy. The root of anything that holds us back is stress, right? So as a Feng Shui professional, I am all about reducing and mitigating stress in not only our environments, but also within our own energy. I really want you to sleep well. I want you to work better. I want you to be more productive at what you're doing, to have more clarity, more creativity, and to be able to have a sense of how to present yourself to the world. And I love this software. It has a really beautiful function in which it gets a read on our energy fields, and it can generate a words of wisdom. And it's one of my favorite things to do. My son's very excited. You'll hear. So if we see here, what the intuitive discernment is picking up on is the issue is empowerment and adding love and acceptance for myself. So that's a very common issue, but there's other things that we're accessing and also mitigating self-hate, having hope destroyed, accessing empathy for self and others. If I could only have an ounce of that energy all the time. Children are pretty wonderful. They're very, very sensitive to energy and great teachers to us, aren't they? So this is going to do some work in the background while we go through our I Ching reading. And I Ching reading involves using a very ancient text, also known as the Book of Changes. And the way that we use it in Feng Shui, some of us use divination, and I like to use coin toss to remove my ego from the situation, and really through the power of intention and the whole process results in hexagrams. So we don't always get 2 hexagrams in a I Ching reading, but I often do in this channel, and I wonder if it's because of there being a larger energy field to navigate. But it just might also be that wild open energy around, right? So, I mean, for example, this week, there's a full moon brewing. It's very emotional. I know my kids have been a little unstable, especially with sleep. It's very emotional. We're in Pisces, so people are having to deal with a lot of emotions. And on social media, I've seen a lot of crying faces, just, a lot of stress maybe a little weepy. So it has been wild energy, so I would expect there to be a little bit more of a transitioning, which is what we see with 2 hexagrams. It's when the energy is not very stable. If it were very stable, I would just be reading you 1. So we are experiencing a returning energy, and it's also called turning points, depending on which book you read. Number 24, hexagram Fu. And that is transitioning into number 41, Su, which is also called decrease. And again, I say words that aren't, increase, for example. Don't get turned off by the word necessarily and say, bummer, now we're going to be in an increase. There's more behind that. So what the I Ching does, it has studied the patterns of nature for a long time to be able to better understand our patterns of nature as man. So we're studying the 5 elements of nature and how it interacts with the cycles of life. And again, one thing that's constant, and that's change. We have to expect there always to be change. So here the story is returning, or a turning point, and you've missed your chance for reform in a particular life cycle. And this may be due to stubbornness or clinging to familiar, and it's a non-constructive manner. And it's been, a long period of stagnation and frustration. And so to hear this, you might be, a little miffed. But I assure you, you're returning to this cycle for a reason, and it's to really move forward now. You see the path laid out that you need to move forward towards new growth with clarity. So the fog is lifting, and with the right actions, you're not going to repeat this cycle again. So that's exciting. And that's why it's also called a turning point. The energy is at a severe winter, or we're at the end of February right now, so it is very winter in some places. Here it's summer in Florida. But the energy of this hexagram is like the middle of winter. It's like, say, end of January kind of energy, and it's snowing, and you just want it to be spring. Why can't it be spring? And you can't force it to be spring. It's going to be spring when it's ready to be spring. And the poor groundhog says, another 6 weeks of winter, and you're like, man, I'm just ready for spring. You just have to get back to resting and conserving your energy, and know that there are flowers beneath the snow, and spring will come. And so rather than, again, we've talked about this a few times, the tendency to say, well, I'm strong, I'm going to persevere through this, I'm going to make it spring. You can't. So rather than fight it and bend your energy, here's the words of wisdom. Everything we do must be done in faith to be acceptable to God, because He knows faith is a doorway to enjoying life. So this software, it is imbued with messages of all faiths, and you can sub in any, if you choose to say spirit or universe instead of God, and if that helps you with your understanding, really internalize this message. Everything we do must be done in faith to be acceptable to God, because He knows faith is the doorway to enjoying life. So I like to use universe, and this makes me think a lot in terms of when the universe knows that we're ready for what we've been praying for. That's when it's going to come. And so having faith that what we want is already out there, and it will be delivered to us when the timing is right. And faith is the doorway to enjoying life. So rather than pining away for having this something in your life that you don't have, it's really finding joy in life and riding that wave. And we hear that through all philosophies, all religions. I think that's how we talk to each other now, that we're trying to raise our vibe so that we match that of what we desire. And we're not going to receive what we desire by being sullen and negative and not having faith that it's there for us. So write it down and think about this and what it means to you. That's my interpretation. You may have a different one. I would love to hear it. If this really rings true to you, tell me. You can drop me a note in the comments below. I'm going to clear this and run it again. I just think it's so wonderful. There's quite a few issues lingering in our field. I'm going to go ahead and run this. Yeah, these are really good ones too. So we're going to of the issue of depression and can't living up to false images, deceit. So we're accessing things that we need and mitigating things that we don't, so that we can really reduce the stress that's holding us back. Let's get back to that I Ching reading. So we talked about the importance of conserving your energy and rest rather than spending it trying to force. And that's been a reoccurring theme since we started doing these sessions. Like-minded people are going to combine forces and work towards a goal. That also has been a reoccurring theme. Success is indicated, so sigh of relief. Because everyone has been so diligent about doing their inner work and each person has a renewed conviction and clarity. Sometimes these new beginnings happen in relationships, but tread carefully, evaluate, and ensure that patterns have been ended. And really take a look and don't get blinded by emotion, but really evaluate whether these patterns are going to be repeated again and whether you're both equipped not to fall back into that pattern, even if it's talking about the relationship of a group or a team. Make certain that you have the right company around to achieve your goals, and are you following good examples? All reoccurring themes. Take a look at your inner circle. Are you surrounding yourself with people that have behaviors you want to model? Because if you want to look at your own success, take a look at the people that you're surrounding yourself with. Are you inspired by them? Do you have meaningful conversations? Do they leave you feeling do they leave you feeling like your energy's spent or depleted, or do they leave you feeling like filled and inspired? So really evaluate those and the energy of the people closest to you. So we're shifting into a time of decrease, and again, this just means that we're going to take a slower pace. So we're going to gear down again for a little while. We went through a period of this in January, and it was just a very meaningful, poignant time in which we needed to gear down, shift gears, and rest. We can't operate at full speed ahead all the time. We need to use this time of simplicity to make very, very intentional actions. Therefore, we're going to make less mistakes, and in this time, we're going to be able to better refine our character. So as you're shifting into a period of decrease, you're going to feel a downshift in your energy. Maybe you need to sleep. Maybe you need to go to bed a little earlier. The clocks are going to change here in the US soon. So that always does something to our energy too, right? So make sure you're getting your rest. That came up several times in this I Ching reading. And be very mindful of these reoccurring themes. So I would say in terms of your goals and the vision that you have set, make sure that you're really protecting, being a guardian of your own energy. And sometimes it's better to have less people around you than more people. The quality of energy is very, very important. So it kind of feels to me like a little bit of a hibernation energy is going on here. Don't feel like you need to be super social. If you need to take a break and turn off even social media, be a little less talkative, maybe a little more to yourself, and really do some character refining. And maybe even do a little work in reading and learning something new and really building on your skills. So I love it. But success is indicated. So So that's pretty exciting. I know the messages, when you're reading them out on paper, you might feel like, oh, you know, I really wish I got cooler words as the energy of this week, but we really have to remove the energy of the ego energy out of these readings, and that's what the coin toss does. So if you get something, here is speak an affirmation. Speak this 3 times today. I care about myself. My kids are very joyful. So I've said this before, if you can write in cursive or script. Yay! Yay! Yeah! Yay! Okay. Write this down on a piece of paper. I care about myself 3 times. That helps to really ingrain it into your brain, and this is what the software is telling us we need to do exactly. So write down I care about myself in cursive and stick it on a post-it note. Put it somewhere where you're going to see it more regularly throughout the day, maybe on your bathroom mirror, maybe on your computer screen off to the side. So that's really going to help you. And I love those. Let's run this one more time. Clear out anything and harmonize anything lingering in our aura fields as we discuss our Feng Shui tips moving forward. So here's some more energy. And again, these things may resonate with you directly, or maybe reminding you of someone you talk to on a frequent basis, or maybe it's from a TV show or movie that's lingering in your energy field. Your subconscious, all the levels of your consciousness are constantly collecting information, and that impacts us. So even when we're in the womb, we can collect information and energy, and it's even when we're sleeping. So these are things that are being harmonized in our energy fields beyond the screen. So pushing your will onto others, that is a negative trait, and that's going to be harmonized. We're going to access peace and consistent with a truly spiritual life. And victim, when it comes to identify with a captor and breaking that paradigm. So playing by the rules in the storybook life rarely leads to happily ever after. So these are all things in our energy field. Let's clear them. And so as we talk about everything that we've learned in this I Ching reading, I am thinking that we need to really, I'm getting a sense that we're really looking to stabilize and ground. So let's address the center of our homes and our office for that earth energy, that stability and grounding. So the center, being the hub of all of the energies, is very, very important. And we've been addressing this for a while now, but take a look at the center of your home and or your office, any room, and take a look at what's going on there. Are you collecting clutter? Here's a look at a floor plan. So like, for example, take a look at the center of a home, and it's that earth energy. We also say it's the Tao energy. It's the hub of the wheel of all of the energies, and it's ruled by the element of earth, and that's also represented by like golden yellow or earth tones, square shapes. And we're gonna work within that center area of our home, that if you place that tic-tac-toe bagua over any space, and see if you're collecting any stagnant energy. Does it feel dark? Does it feel like lots of clutter or paperwork or bills or things that overwhelm you? And clear it out. And that being said, I'm going to do a little extra work around I'm going to close this out. I'm going to do a little work around charging the center of your home and clearing it. So, Energy Upgrade Feng Shui Tips YouTube viewers, we are going to clear the center of your home. with intention. We are going to clear it. And I'm going to clear the bad stuff. The stuff that no longer serves us. And this will be good for approximately 2 weeks. We'll let that do its thing. So things that you can do within the center of your home to clear energy is you can burn incense, of course, or you could use an essential oil diffuser. I like to use an essential oil called Now that is called Clear the Air. It's very minty and fresh. That's my favorite right now. It's really awakening, really, really great. And so you want to clear before you do any placement of something to activate the energy. So things that you can do to activate the energy of Earth would be to place something that is square shaped. This could be what would be great is if you could find a square container to put flowers in, and they could be a golden color bouquet. Or you could place a crystal, something of the earth. Okay, that's done. Now we're going to charge the center of your home. Energy upgrade YouTube viewers, center of home. Let's charge it. And based on the topic of today's session, let's charge it with, let's see, healthy. Because we're going into a period of almost like hibernation. And we need to be rested. And let's also charge it with radiant. So that you come out of this period of hibernation with a radiant energy. Let's also charge it with here's our affirmation. Hey, honey. Oh, you need some water?
No, you.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
We run out of water, we will be in the so like
oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. That's a little interjection there from the little ones. So let's also charge it before we go into detail of so many things that we can do. Ooh, serenity, serene, yes. Let's be very intentful about the energy that I'm sending you as we move through and shift gears. All right, so let's take a look at that affirmation. I am dutiful. I am dutiful. So what might that mean to you? May mean something different to me, but write it down and write down 3 times, write in cursive, speak it 3 times, and look at it and really think about what it means for you and what you have going on. So I am dutiful. What are you dutiful to? Pretty cool. So some really great messages that we received there from the software as we're trying to reduce our stress. And so that's done quite a bit of work on us that will be good to help carry us through 2 weeks period of time. You'll of course receive another energy upgrade from me throughout the week, and more Feng Shui tips. And also, let's before I leave, let's talk about nurturing your helpful people, and that is that front. As you're looking at the main entrance of your house, that's looking at that front right section. There you go. So if you're aligning the bagua to the front of your house, it doesn't matter to me. whether you are facing north or south, because in BTB Feng Shui, the bagua is aligned with your main architectural front door. So let's align it with that wall that contains the door. And then that front right section is the room which is your helpful people area that's ruled by metal. And it would be a great place for you to, as we're looking to attract people to us that are going to help us towards our goals, the right people, go to your helpful people area within your home or your office, say your affirmations there. Make sure that you have a good representation, a purposeful representation of metal as you're looking to call upon and attract your helpful people in your life. And I thank you all so much for sticking around. If you've been with me throughout this whole 35 minutes, thank you so much. And I hope it's done a great thing to help you upgrade your energy. And I've given you some tips where you can do some work that's going to help maintain this energy level as we move forward. And giving you some information and clarity to help you make better decisions as you navigate this new energy of returning, a turning point and decrease. So it won't be a surprise to you, and you'll know how to address things as they come into play. And my children and I thank you for attending. It's been a sincere joy. I'm Lisa Albin with Cloud9 Feng Shui and the Intrinsic School of Feng Shui. Many blessings times 9, and we'll see you next week. Did they buy too?